everybody. Welcome to another episode of Talkin' Trash. The theme of this episode is to look at cognitive behavioral therapy, different therapies, things like that help people with addiction and depression. Let me see here. We got our resident nurse, Mike Oxley. He's a risque tattoo advocate and stroke survivor, proud grandpa to be. Next we have Timothy Snyder. That's me. I'm your host, Talkin' Trash. I get distracted easily. I'm a 3-time bee sting survivor. Tommy Wilkes. He's coming along nicely, and he's a staple position on our podcast. We have a treat here tonight. We have longtime friend of the show, Tina C, and her friend Karen. They have stories out the wazoo. It's gonna be a good time. So let's just go around the horn. Tommy Wilkes, how you feeling, buddy?
Doing good. Loving the John Cougar Mellencamp intro there. Great graphics.
Thought you would.
Doing good. Played some golf today. Had dinner with my parents. Went to church this morning and getting a guy to treatment, as I was telling y'all pre-game. So 23-year-old, first time going to treatment, and yeah, something to celebrate. One of the guys, Rand, that got me into treatment, him and I met with this guy and his parents this morning at the church, and just told him about my experience at Impact Recovery Center in Birmingham, and he is down to go. So hopefully he makes it there this week.
That's
so
great.
Excited about that. Yeah,
that's great, Tommy. It's
good.
You're impacting people in a tangible way now, and don't eat. All right, forget it. Forget it.
Sorry, I had to utilize on the big screen.
No, I'll kick you off. You've got to keep doing it.
Hey, Tommy, is that the first time you've been at like a intervention as not the victim, as the?
Yeah, and it was really cool, man. It was just cool to be a part of that. And, it seemed like he wants to go through with it. He was asking a lot of great questions. The parents were asking great questions. And, he made a comment of, he has already had some friends get sober through AA and other recovery centers. And so, it's exciting to be able to share my experience to help others.
Yeah, I mean, part of this podcast is kind of sharing our experiences in a broadcast
exactly.
way.
And
it helps people. And
I think we're doing a great thing.
I think we are too. Great feedback we're getting.
Yeah.
It's just very personal. It's on a personal level. We're connecting with people, and I don't know. I'm blown away by it.
We try and keep it real.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely try and keep it real. We do. We'll say it like it is. No dope.
There we go.
There you go.
Right is this there. There you go. T-shirt idea?
In Beard We Trust, I have an awesome T-shirt idea. Now I'm getting to the point where I can do crazy designs. I can't.
What do you use, by the way? A website?
No, I build my own. Yeah, Vistaprint or whatever.
Vistaprint. Okay, I've heard of that.
Any one of them. Vistaprint Spreadshirt is the best one I found.
So if I've got an idea, I could just send it to you.
Yeah, dude. I'm not just doing big logos and stuff. Now I'm doing these. I have access to I pay for having access to this database of different editable designs. I guess I can't really explain it that way, but I can make some pretty awesome T-shirts that we're gonna start rocking those out. Yeah, I build them with my own graphics, and then I send them to the printer, and they take care of it. So there's no pre-production fee like there is with everybody else. So yeah, we're getting there. So Mike, hi Mike, how are you?
Hey,
Mike.
All my art is on my ass cheek. We all know that. So it was a busy week for me. It flew by. I got recognized from being on the show again. This time, again, by my mother. She was having a good day. She recognized me. Anyway, I'm excited about our guests tonight. They have stories that are, they got some doozies. Yeah, but and you guys all have met Tina, but her better half and her right hand person and her soul sister Karen, she's a trip. So strap in to the your seatbelt there.
You paid for the whole seat, but you're only going to use the edge.
Right. I like it.
Whoops. So yeah, we're just going to talk about therapy, how therapy intertwines with, I don't know, co-occurring diseases. Nobody knows how to treat anything these days. They're just trying everything out. CBT has stuck because there's There is the best results out of that. There's also DBT. There's different ones, but it's all about mindfulness. It's all about being present in your present. I can wrap it all up with a very concise way to explain it. It keeps you in the moment, like, and that's what we struggle with as addicts, as alcoholics, as people. It's tough to stay in the moment. You think too far ahead, you think too far behind, you miss what's right in front of you. So like a lot of the CBT brings you back to that moment, and you get therapy from that clear-headed spot.
So, therapy for me was something that I never sought after before I entered treatment, and was a super useful tool for me. I was someone who was isolating, withdrew from family and friends, and was not managing their emotions or controlling their emotions well, and self medicated for years, and just continued on this cycle. And so therapy for me, going through these, what we were talking about, cognitive behavioral therapy and dialectical behavior therapy, which is a type of psychotherapy that helps people who have difficulty controlling their emotions. And so, I'm someone that really enjoyed the therapy process and treatment, and being able to talk to someone who was professionally trained, master's level education, knew nothing of my prior history, was not connected with my family. It was a big outlet for me to release all this baggage I'd been holding in and escaping from, and using alcohol and drugs to numb out these emotions: fear, anxiety, depression, stress, anger. And just was a super useful tool for me during treatment. And then I've continued to use therapy even outside of treatment.
Yeah, for sure. To have him in here, it's Tina C.
Love the intro.
Yeah, man.
Let's go.
Ladies.
Let's
Hey,
go. Great intro, Tim.
Thought that would work, huh? A little motley.
Welcome. Their mic is
Oh,
muted.
I'm sorry. Can't do anything right around here.
Sure you can.
Welcome, ladies.
There we go.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Cool intro, and I guess you had newer Motley Crue fans somehow.
I just figured.
Don't
um,
know what
so
gave that away,
everybody,
Mike.
everybody remembers Tina. She's been a guest before.
Mm-hmm.
She is in recovery, and 8 years, just about 8 years.
Yeah.
August.
And
Awesome.
as much as we talk about AA, and as much as we talk about the steps, and as much as we talk about spiritual awakenings, it does happen in other ways. And Tina's a perfect example. Tina, explain your journey briefly on how many meetings and what steps and who was in your house to support you at the time of sobriety.
Well, pretty much nobody. My sister was my support, but at the time, um, I will say I did have not a spiritual awakening. I just had like, this is it. I can't do anything
Moment.
more. I'm done. If I continue this lifestyle, I'm just gonna die. Is how I felt.
Yeah.
And I didn't have anybody. I had no support other than my sister. My fiance, he's an alcoholic. Mike knows. He actually told me not to come home after when I left for rehab. I tried the AA. It wasn't for me, and everybody kept telling me, "You're gonna fail. You're gonna fail. You have to do this and you have to do that." And I built that strength on people telling, like, that built me up. The
Yep.
more people told me I would fail, the
Stubborn.
stronger.
That's a
Yep.
Jersey girl.
And I'm 50. I just turned 53. Karen's
55.
older than me, and
Oh, yeah, throw you right on the bus, Karen.
Jeez.
yeah, no, her, her and my sister are a couple years older than me, so they've seen my life unfold too.
Right.
So she knows I didn't really have support. It was just just my time. It was my time in AA for me as a female was hard because
Mm-hmm.
I felt it was not creepy. I didn't like to go to just all female groups. I liked the the mixed. But
Sure.
then you felt weird because there's always somebody like I don't know. Just it was difficult being a female in that
Like
environment
a
for me.
like it was predatory. You felt like,
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah, I'll show you around, girl. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like everybody was nice, but it was like I didn't feel comfortable. It was more like the one in the group, the new one in the group. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
tried
Right.
different. I tried to find a home base, in different groups, but it just wasn't my thing. And really, I have just been going on my own. My dad was an addict. I'm surrounded by addiction, and I just keep going. It's really day by day. I have struggles, but like I said, she's been there through it all. So
I don't know how
I
you do it,
I,
honestly.
I don't know.
I
And
mean, me
and
neither. And I've
well,
always said that. I don't know.
but you, Mike, too. Like just when I was there with you, and just having you believe in me is what I needed to hear at that time.
Yep.
And when you say when you had the Motley Crue thing come on, it's funny because the words Oxley told me is you can't party like a rock star forever.
I did say that.
Yep.
You did say that, and
Yep.
that
Yeah.
I did
stuck
say
with
that.
me. And I laugh, but that's what I did. And and I still go to concerts and have fun, but now I actually remember them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I thought at one time it was impossible to go anywhere without alcohol. I was like,
Yeah.
how can a party be fun? Like, a kid's party. I don't want to go to a kid's party. What kind of fun is that? And,
Right.
but
Right.
life is actually fun
Yeah.
without, substances. And I like, it's hard to believe it's 8 years gone
Yeah.
by.
That's
And
crazy.
and basically did it all by herself, which is just
Yes. But
so not the norm. So not the norm.
no, and those ladies in there, you can't do it. Oh,
I'll show you.
yeah. And that again, that was another one that built me up too. Like you
So
can't come in
here
here.
in the two boxes below me, we have somebody that dedicated 6 months, his first 6 months of sobriety, Tommy, being inpatient and partial care and sober living to get all the steps
Mhm.
under wraps, to get it all taken care of, and to have what looks like the best launch point
Yeah,
you could ever have starting sobriety in recovery, right, Tim? I
I
mean,
say so.
I agree, he's set. And then we have Tina right below me on the other side that has basically done nothing but sheer iron will to get through it. But you might want to share, Tina, after 7.5, 8 years, that your fiance finally did say something to you not long ago. Would you like to share that?
yeah. He did say he was proud of me. I did hear those words, which I probably never
Good.
heard. And
Seven
yeah,
and a half years
impressed.
later.
Yeah, it took all that time because, like I said, after I went into treatment, I was told don't come home, and
Mm.
it's strange. It's almost like he doesn't know how to deal with me now.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And then
Yep.
as they watch a podcast, I don't know, and it's my story. It doesn't,
Yeah.
doesn't like it. Too bad. But he
Yeah.
did say he was proud of me, and he even said, "I don't know how you do it." And I did quit smoking too, cigarettes, like 3 years
Look
ago.
at that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Awesome.
When I went in, and I was also drinking and doing benzos too.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to quit smoking, and he's like, "Oh, don't do that all at once."
Yeah. One thing at a time here.
Yeah. And now I know why.
Well,
Is there?
yeah.
And you are the one that hooked me up with cigarettes. I only went there with like a pack of cigarettes.
You're the worst. You're the worst,
I hate
Oxley.
smoking.
Nurse Mike, my
Yeah.
nurse giving you cigarettes. Right, right.
No, but I mean, there was really that. What else?
I
Was there
kept you
to do?
there. I kept you
Well,
there.
that was like the community time, I guess. Where you
Right,
mingle with everybody and just talk about whatever
right.
social. But
Yep.
yeah,
Smoke
you're a
break.
big part. Just little words of encouragement really helped me. She speaks
Well,
very
the
That's
whole
awesome.
point, the whole point for that, especially the alcoholic brain, they've studied, and
Yeah.
I personally learned is that alcoholics, if they, people would come in all the time and say, "Hey, I'm going to quit drinking. I'm going to go to church. I'm going to see my mother every week, and I'm going to quit smoking." Whoa, cowboy, hold up.
Yeah. Slow your
Your
roll.
brain, right? your brain will trick you into, say you relapse in alcohol, say you quit cigarettes at the same time, your brain will learn to associate the quitting cigarettes with the quitting alcohol at the same time.
Yeah.
So say you have a bad day, say you forget. You're just outside at work talking to somebody and they say, hey, would you like a cigarette? Oh, yeah, I have one. Right? And it's been a year or whatever. As soon as you have a cigarette, your brain, the
Mm-hmm.
alcoholic brain, will say, oh, well, I screwed that up. Next thing you know, I think I'll go buy myself a bottle. It's
Hmm.
crazy to say, but that really happens.
Yeah.
Learned
You're like, well,
behaviors.
yeah, I screwed it all up. I'm smoking again and might as well stop and buy some. So the body will simulate alcohol and smoking. So my advice was slow your roll, cowboy, and you can always quit smoking, but you're going to smoke more in rehab than
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
So
I'm a
It's
testament to that. I did not
right,
smoke or vape or use nicotine until I went to treatment.
yeah.
Yeah.
right.
That's a
I
lot of
I
people.
get it. A lot, a lot.
It's a lot of people.
Um, Karen, would you
Yes.
like to introduce Karen? Karen, would you like to tell our audience in America a little bit about your recovery?
Um, I don't even know where to start. Well, my main battle with drugs was for about 5 years, meth,
Okay.
and I went through that for quite a while, and it's over 20 years.
Wow.
Over 20,
Wow.
yeah,
Jesus Christmas.
long time.
Was
I
it
Wow,
even
it's
called meth
incredible.
then, or was it called crank back then?
well, it was. It
too.
depends. The cheap
Doesn't
stuff
matter.
was crank, but crystal meth
Yeah.
was expensive at the
Right.
time.
What's Mr. Brownstone from the is that Crank? Is that referring to Crank?
And I could crank it. The only way I know of it was biker speed.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I remember when I tried it, it just burnt the out of my nose,
Oh
like
yeah, yeah,
like bleach, like I put bleach in my nose or something.
Wait a
yeah,
second. What'd you just say, Mike? You tried
yeah.
meth?
Huh?
No.
Yeah, no, not meth. I
Nose?
tried crank back in the day.
Oh, okay.
Is
Wasn't
that
You
it
talking about
what
the
Mr.
you're
eight?
Brownstone?
talking
Was that a Guns
Yeah.
N' Roses song?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Guns N' Roses. Yep.
Yeah.
Mr.
Great song.
Brownstone.
Yeah.
So you have 20 years. So Karen,
Hmm.
tell me about your relationship between some of what you feel are emotional and mental stresses that you have going on and your addiction. And instead of self medicating, like we all find out, that's eventually what led to it all from
Hmm.
childhood.
Hmm.
That what are you doing now? It's cutting edge. It's the future, and people are really excited about it. Explain it.
I'm getting ketamine treatments for depression.
I want
I
it.
had treatment
Nice.
resistant depression probably since I've been a teenager. I think
S-
16 maybe.
Same here.
I've had every treatment available. I've had ECT more than once.
I never did that.
What
I've had
is ECT?
ECT,
Electric
shock
shock.
therapy.
Yeah, shock
Oh,
therapy.
okay.
Like you're
Gotcha.
in a circle. It's crazy.
I've had it all. I have a vagus nerve stimulator.
Mm-hmm.
I've had magnetic therapy. I've had it all.
Yeah.
So there's. I was
But
supposed
you're
to.
still here, so something out of work. You're still here
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
listen.
because you're
Yes.
talking a lifetime of depression, 40 years of depression. I
Yes.
mean, that's no joke. I mean, you're still here. You're not dead from suicide, is what I'm
Right.
saying.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Or you're not dead from like Tim,
Yeah.
Tommy, and you
What they
girls
do?
self-medicating,
Right.
self-medicating,
Exactly.
and you're not dead from self-medicating. So
Right.
how's the ketamine work? And I mean, you're not a doctor, but you do have a nursing background, I believe. So
Yes.
you can be a little technical and explain
Um.
it.
Okay. I can go once. I've been doing it for a year. I can go once a week. I go twice a month. Go to the doctor's. I'm there for 2 hours. I get it nasally, so it's just like nasal spray. And I'm just
They
observing.
monitor you during these 2 hours, I guess, after you
I'm,
get the spray.
the doctor's there. I feel I'd never done disassociative drugs or anything like that before, so it was a new feeling to me.
Yeah.
Um, but it's controlled, and I have to say, the next day, I guess it's creating some new circuits in the brain. It's
That's
it's
what.
kind
That's what
of
it
like
is.
it's a reboot,
Yep. You're absolutely right.
and
You know, it works for me. I haven't been in over a month. Like when I can tell when I'm feeling like, okay, let's
On the
just,
downswing,
know,
on the
yeah,
downswing.
yeah,
Right.
let's go
Yeah.
reboot this a little
Like,
bit.
did you suffer from seasonal depression too? As soon as the
Oh,
days get
absolutely.
shorter, as soon as the nights come earlier, you start getting not moving all day. So you
Hibernate.
feel like in the summertime, you're saying it's been nice weather for a month.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to read what you're saying, and you really haven't needed to go. Think about it.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you go more in the fall and winter?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. We have a great time.
Yeah.
But it's summertime. We've been out having a good time.
Without drugs and alcohol.
With that,
Yeah.
yes. And we laughing our asses off.
Yes.
Laughing. Just laughing.
Yeah. Lots of laughs. And early.
And for the audience members that don't know, this is the equal, a little younger, but this is the equal version of Anne and Nancy Wilson, basically.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Wow.
Right?
Another
Yeah.
big.
Heart.
Yeah.
But they got heart.
Yeah. That was a good one.
Got
I'm
to
just
know
doing
you.
technical stuff while you guys are chatting
So,
away.
so ketamine is for depression. Have
Yeah.
you heard it used to get people just almost as a detox medication during that reboot? Have you heard anything bad about it? Have you seen anything at the clinic? Does insurance pay for it?
Mine does. Yes, I'm lucky.
Okay.
Yes, mine does.
Wow.
Oh, that's crazy. Wait,
That is crazy. Wow.
I'm half paying attention because I'm trying to do something while we're all chatting. The girl I knew that did it, she said it cost her like $1,000 a month, and I'm under the impression that it's looked at like acupuncture. It's just a third party thing. I'm shocked to hear your insurance paid for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lucky.
Maybe they pay for the nasal spray, but not for
Well, I
the
was going.
IV. That would need an RN.
Just the medication, but I got a courtesy. But yeah, what would have been like $50 a treatment?
Oh,
but
yeah.
I'm lucky. It's
Is this up towards the city, New York City, or is it in New Jersey?
No.
no, it's
The
right in
Marlboro.
town. Right, it's not.
Oh my God,
Oh,
you kidding me?
It's not too
Wow.
far away. It's
Marlboro's got it all, man.
Ah, that's cool. I'll walk home.
Let's all move to Marlboro.
I asked him if I could walk home because it's less than 2 miles.
Oh my God, you're a liability.
Give me permission. What?
Look at the
I
booze
trust
here.
you, and I'm like, oh boy, I don't know if I trust myself to cross the highway.
Oh my God.
You know, Route
And then she's
79.
walking home, and you know where it is. There's horse
Yeah.
farms right near there. There's a bunch
Okay.
of horse farms. So she's
Mhm.
walking. The horses are going, yeah, all right, baby. You got it. Look at her. Good job. Bring me some of that.
Yeah.
There was a New Year's Eve. I was walking down 520. Couldn't get into Discovery. This is 2020, and all I had was my backpack, my pants that were soaked. It was raining, and I'm going to the Dunkin' Donuts because I had nowhere to go. They wouldn't take me. And I'm begging them to take me. And COVID was locked down, all that stuff. But like, I wanted to get into rehab so bad, and you can't just walk in anymore. I mean, you have to. There were small things I had to do to get access to state-funded insurance, but I was at a time where I was in crisis mode. I didn't know what to do. I just came back from Kensington, shooting heroin and cocaine and whatever else is in them, and I went to the psych ward at Riverview, and they just shipped me off. They're like, "Good luck," you know. I'm literally, it's pouring rain. I'm walking down 520 past the psychiatric hospital, and I slept in a dumpster behind Dunkin' Donuts that night. That was probably my lowest night, maybe.
Are we doing some clean time? Would you girls like to stay around and comment on the clean time with us?
They're not going anywhere.
Whatever
Sure.
you'd like, yes.
All right, let's cue her up then.
Mike, you got it?
Yeah, I'm going to do the first half.
All right.
Cassidy B, 52 days. Good job, Cass. Tony J, 57 days. Looking good. You know why I was there, bro? Jared Black, 67 days. Hi, man. Maria Gladden, 68 days. Ian Bumbless, 76 days. Frank Kenny, 78 days. Jimmy Cobb, 88 days. 89 days. Mandy Jean, great job. Jamie Michelle, 103 days.
What?
Michael V, 151 days. Ricky McVicker, 152 laps. 205 days for Aunt Patty Paddock.
A little guy.
That's a new one.
262 days. Little Tommy.
There we go.
Will Douglas, 265.
Oh, Will.
Anthony Seals, 361.
Definitely a cop.
Definitely a cop.
Tinker Tim.
Tinker Tim. Amelia Quarto, 582. Stella, 825.
Go Stella.
April Pritchard, 2 years. Casey Baxter just had her 3rd year, everybody.
Sweet.
Congratulations.
Go Casey.
Jeffrey S., 3 years. I swear I mailed my car.
The bookie.
Lisa Milton Wilk, 6 years.
Look at this.
Boy.
Tina, 7
Nice.
years. 8 in
There we
August.
go.
Charlotte Delafleur, 8 years. Matt Gillespie, 12 years, a dozen.
Way to go, boys.
And here are your newcomers, the most important people in recovery. 1 day, Daniel G. There we go. Got his 1 day chip.
What happened? We're here for you.
Brian Cobb, 9 days. We're here for you, brother. Eric Adap, 15 days. Halfway to a month. David D, 20 days. Steve W, 27 days. Nikki Starnes, 28 days. And she emailed
Good girl.
us. And there is your Talkin' Trash Clean Time segment. Congrats,
Very
everybody.
nice.
Keep
Very
it going.
nice, everyone. Yep. If you want to be on Clean Time, send me an email. You can go through our website. Very easy to get on. We take everybody. Check us out on social media: Facebook, TikTok, Spotify, Instagram, YouTube, whatever. As always, get some Narcan. It could save a life. All right, everybody. That's a tough act to follow. That whole Clean Time thing.
That's my favorite segment of the
Hey.
show.
Hey, Tim,
Yeah.
didn't I say the name Tinkerbell?
I removed that. It was happily removed when I don't get into it, but I had to revamp this Clean Time and I took her out. I thought that was funny until I saw it. I'm like, it's stupid.
Oh, the person that
The lady was
submitted.
like-
That's right.
LGBT Tinkerbell, like she was
Yeah, we didn't
she
know.
was black. It was ridiculous. So yeah, I put her up just for fun, and then it wasn't fun. So
But
Yeah.
we wish you the best. We wish.
I don't know if we aired that
uh,
episode. So.
we didn't. That was
Yeah.
part of the reason I didn't. There's a few reasons. Us trampling over each other and this ridiculous shit. But aside from that,
Tinkerbell.
she brought us down a peg, which is why I'm now Tinker Tim. I just want to.
We need
knew
to
it.
add Karen.
I yeah,
20 years.
oh my god! I mean, the best I can do is give her a banner. I mean, I can do that.
Yeah, you gotta get a banner.
40, 50, 20 years. Yeah. Wow.
There it is.
So how did Tina? How did you and Karen meet?
Oh, we were neighbors. We grew up across the street from each other.
Oh wow.
So
Okay.
yeah, he's literally known me since birth. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
And my
incredible.
sister's 3.5 years older, so they were like friends first, and then I came along, and yeah,
Yep.
and here we are. So
And you
Yeah.
guys were
Good.
partying together with unnamed, for our purposes, unnamed rock bands, correct?
her,
Yes.
Okay.
We'll
That-
keep
that
it
was
kosher.
I'm curious.
Oh yeah, yeah.
drug years.
You guys weren't groupies. You were actually in relationships with area rock bands, correct?
Yeah.
She was.
Yeah.
She was.
I was engaged for
She was
5
dating
years.
him when it wasn't even like.
But
He's a huge superstar, but it wasn't. Didn't even go see a show backstage
was
or
after.
anything. How lame is that?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well,
But
it was
had the,
after.
they were a lot of fun.
But
whatever.
yeah. Party
The
like
good old days.
oh yeah, I'm sure you did. Tommy's into the concert scene, all that. He's
Yeah.
dead. He's like a deadhead. He's a fish guy. one
Hippie
of
at
those-
heart.
Hippie.
Yeah.
I went to my first sober show in Sober Living in Birmingham. I saw Thievery Corporation.
Mhm.
I don't know if you know them, but yeah, they're kind of like a jam band. But yeah, I had the time of my
Right.
life.
I know.
I mean, it was really fun. Brought a guy who had never seen him before, and we just, sober as dogs, and
Yep.
I had a blast.
I'll tell
We
you.
saw the Eagles the other day too. Like,
Yeah.
Oh
hey,
yeah.
just like, having a
They
good
just had
time
a
and
good
Yeah.
time.
care even what it is. It's just
Yeah.
go and
Yeah.
like, have a good time and
Yeah. Me and
it's
Tommy will attest to going to like a sporting event for the first time.
right.
Yeah.
Me and Tommy both did that. Unbeknownst to like both of us, it was going to have a profound effect. But
Yeah.
we ended up going to the game and kind of white knuckled it half the game.
Yeah.
But then they won, and we actually remembered the final score,
Yeah.
and we went out, walked out of the place sober. So we did it again.
Yeah.
So,
I was really anxious my first time with Tim, and like my right knee was so sore the next day. I was like, doing the bouncing it up and down.
Yeah.
But because like in the past, I was always drinking at sporting events, and so like I was always concerned with, okay, when am I going to get my next drink?
Yeah.
And so, but I had Tim there with me, and we just
Right.
enjoyed that hockey game together. We talked, we shot shit together, and sorry Vicky, and we had a blast, and it was
yeah,
just us, and
yeah.
it's just we, as Tim was saying, we will remember every goal, and we
Yeah.
walked out of there and we looked at each other and we're like, man, we're never going to forget this for the
So
rest of our
let me
lives.
explain. Let me explain
Yeah.
this game real quick. It was teddy bear toss night. We had no idea what
Oh
that is, what's
yeah,
going on.
yeah, it was amazing.
We're about 6 minutes into the game. We got good seats. The hockey's, kind of getting there, and all of a sudden, boom! The Gladiators score. Everybody, yeah! Everybody throws teddy bears on the ice.
Literally
The
everyone.
the
There
game
were
stops.
so many.
The game stops for 20 minutes while they shovel up teddy bears.
I got
Teddy
some
bear
good
toss.
videos.
Teddy bear toss. Yeah.
Yeah,
So like that
it was so fun.
it wasn't a regular hockey goal. It was a teddy bear celebration that we just
Experience.
yeah.
Yeah.
We're just like, oh, did this happen? Am I tripping or what's going on? So yeah. So like Mike, you know Tina better than I do. Like you gave her that little bit of hope that she needed, just that little extra push. People need that so badly. And like in rehabs, what I would do when I was a RSS or whatever you want to call it, I would I would always say, "Hey, you look good today. You're looking better." And that little thing, I'm like, man, I just needed that.
Well, Tim, remember when I came up to you? So Tina and Karen, man, I've heard this, but real quick, Tim and I met at the first week of our treatment, and Tim shared in one of our PHP sessions and just seemed like really down. And it was his first week there, and he didn't know anyone. I didn't know anyone either. And I went up to him after the meeting, and I just went and hugged him. I'm like, dude, I appreciate you sharing and opening up.
Yeah.
And we have been very good friends ever since that moment. It was just that little thing, and I feel like God called me to go over to him and befriend him and give him a hug and let him know everything was going to be okay. We're in this together.
I tell you what, I needed
And
that hug. I remember it.
yeah,
I needed it. I got a hot side to me.
Tim wanted to throw down one day, and we're next to each other. I'm trying to calm him down, and Tim's like, "Hold my vape, hold my vape, hold my vape."
Yeah,
My vape.
jackets off, hold my vapes. It's like hold my beer. So like,
Yeah, it's like
I don't
that's a
know.
new term. Hold
That
my
was
vape.
that was a strange thing. I came down to Georgia in October last year, and I went to rehab clean. That's where I met Tommy. It wasn't what I thought it was going to be, but I made a commitment. I'm going to stick it out. And on my 89th day, it's a 90-day program. On my 89th day, I lost it on the speaker first. This guy's he's a fucking idiot, right? I finally had to
He
say,
was.
you're a fucking idiot. Sorry. He's like, you can leave. I'm like, I'll leave. I walk out. People are following me. Yo, what's your name? I don't want your name. I'm like, you don't know my fucking name? I've been here for 89 days. I know your name. Losing my shit at this point.
Yeah, it was funny.
So I go down to the head people's office. I'm like, you better fucking get them in order. And I end up leaving right then and there. I'm like, I'm done.
He
I'm gonna
left that day,
I'm gonna get shanked. Like, but we're all out in the
but
parking
you
lot.
had to come back and get your medication.
Oh yeah, it was a disaster. I couldn't actually discharge. You think that would work out? It hasn't worked in 3 months. Fucking place. But like, huge crowd of people, and somebody wants to fight me. I'm like, all right. It wasn't the same guy. It wasn't the same guy I thought it was. There are two different guys I'm fighting now. I'm not a big guy. I'm scrappy, but I was about to get my teeth knocked in that day. And I was like, all right, I gotta go because I'm not gonna live till tomorrow. So mommy and daddy came and picked me up, and that was it.
I'm friends with the big guy.
Yeah, bet you are.
I'm friends with the tall guy.
Well, That's what it's funny. But me and Tommy became friends probably 30 a month into treatment, and then we start feeling each other out. And I get in the van once, and Tommy's talking
Oh,
to somebody, and I
get in the
like
van.
I interrupt him. I'm like, yeah, right, Tommy. And he goes, this is an A-B conversation. You can see your way out. And he was mad. He was legitimately mad. I'm like, dude, I'm sorry. And we get to racetrack, and he's like, we're friends again. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's
We had to, Tina and Karen, we had to ride these vans every
Oh,
morning and night to the facility. So it was like PHP. We were like
oh
right up on each other, and it
God.
was, yeah, it
oh,
was right. I do not miss
He,
those days.
we had a guy
But
named
I've met a lot of great people, including
yes.
Tim
oh for
there.
sure. We
So
sat on each other's laps. You have to get close to people. You have no
Yeah.
yeah.
choice.
Do you,
I
do you
learned a lot.
guys know how Tim and I met?
Through y'all work together, right?
Oh no, I was his
Or
patient.
no?
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
that's right. Yeah.
He was my
My f-
patient.
my
And
first
you
time in
know,
rehab.
Karen, you know enough about me, I'm sure, to know I don't like freaking country music at all. It's
I
not
didn't
really
know that
music.
yet.
I don't know
It's
where we're
not
going with
music.
this.
Yeah.
Well, so I go in and see how Tim's doing during my shift. He had just got in, and we hit it off immediately. But he basically, the way his life was going at that day, was like a fucking country song.
Yeah,
He lost he
exactly.
lost his wife. He
My
lost
dog
his
died.
dog, his
Yep,
job.
yeah.
It was like a fucking country song.
It's a
But
disaster.
I never had somebody just that was so real and just so raw emotionally just open up to me and trust me like that.
I'm,
Right.
I, I,
Trust me like that.
I'm 36 and it's my first time at rehab. I don't know what's
Yeah.
going on. Like, can you help me? Can you help me?
Right.
Somebody
Yeah.
help me. Um,
There
I
he
said,
you
is.
yeah,
know,
I'll help you. What do you need?
yep. I overdosed, I crashed a car, all this stuff in Marlboro. And then, so that's one day. The next day, I'm in treatment. So I wake up and I'm thinking, this is going to suck. I'm going to be a prisoner here. And I'm on a Tempur-Pedic mattress, and I have free cigarettes, and they give me drugs, and it was awesome. It was like the greatest thing ever. But like for a guy that hadn't had a vacation in 10 years, and that's how me and Mike met. Like that was my first stint in
I
rehab.
always
Wow.
I said, we would be friends on the outside of here. I said, I just happen to be wearing the scrubs and giving the meds.
Right?
I
Mhm.
said, it wouldn't be much for this to be reversed.
Yeah.
You
Mhm.
know what I mean? I could easily be a patient somewhere,
And, and
and
that
Tim could be coming in.
that one line that you just said, you would say it at the treatment center. You would say, "I'm one bad weekend from being where you're at," and it would
Mm,
connect with people. People would connect with that.
yeah.
It's the
You're no,
truth.
yeah, you have people that
Yeah.
you're walking around that aren't on your level. They just check where you're at. They just give
Mhm.
you vitals, whatever. But they're not
They're there
really.
for the money, and the money
Yeah,
isn't that great, to be
it's
honest
not
with
great
you.
either. So they're assholes as it is. So like,
Right.
it's just one of those things where like
You want the real
Mike.
money, you got to go like to cardiac where Karen was or something. Real nurse. Be a real nurse. You know.
So Karen, tell me a little bit about yourself. I don't know your favorite food, favorite favorite
That's
TV show.
oh Pete the
Favorite.
Favorite band?
Well, no, today Tina and I had filet mignon for dinner.
Shut up.
Oh, there
You
we
did
Yeah.
not.
go.
Horrible.
Oh,
There we go.
Bleh.
excuse us.
It was
Filet
phenomenal.
mignon's amazing.
Karen doesn't cook. She goes to house
Yeah,
to
I don't.
house.
I don't. I'm
I'm the
55
cook.
and
She
I don't
yeah.
never. I don't know if I've ever put a full meal on the table for more than two people. I go to the neighbors. The microwave is wonderful. Tina is a phenomenal cook.
Thank you.
She cooks like
That
no
is
other.
very funny. That says a lot that you have never put a
Well,
meal
she's
together for more than two
Italian,
people.
right?
Oh well, yeah.
It doesn't say much.
No, I mean
Everyone
it
has their
says a lot. I
strengths.
said the wrong thing. Says a lot. Yeah. So I don't know. You're a fun group to have on.
Yeah.
But I can say, like, from us knowing each other for so long with the ketamine with her, she was very up and down, like, and
Yeah.
she would get into these depressions where, like she'd cry over everything, like,
Oh yeah.
and I haven't seen that. It's
Mm.
No.
no, she's been very balanced. Like, she's always fun and we always laugh our butts off all the time.
Yeah.
But
I
her
mean-
highs and lows, she's very more not in that
Stable.
like a slump.
Yeah.
But it's curious
A funk.
that
Funk.
yeah. But I mean, a lot of people would
Yeah,
look at her age and say, "Oh, it's menopause. It's this and that." No, you've seen her whole life, and
Right.
she says
Right.
it's been
Yeah.
since she was 16 years old, where she would
Yeah.
have these peaks and
Yeah.
valleys, and then just shut down. And for the first time in a year, this ketamine seems to be. How did you phrase it? It's reactive, resetting, reactivating
I, I,
transmitters.
I think it's rebooting some of the synapses and the it's boosting up all those serotonin, norepinephrine, dopamine. So it's working. I said to the doctor
Definitely
once,
is.
we were just discussing things and cocaine came up and I said, oh, I was so productive when I did that. Meth and the coke at the same time.
Sure.
And he said, okay, let's put you on phentermine. Let's give you dopamine. So this doctor's willing to work and try but the ketamine's been doing it. So
I I first saw it in a documentary overseas, India or something, and they go in, they get an IV, and they would inject them with ketamine.
I,
So,
mhm.
as an addict, as myself, how would that work? That would would that that seems like getting high to me. But I
Right. It's right.
You
It would
can.
Yeah,
be too
I would
appetizing.
wonder about
The
that
gray
too.
line.
I was supposed to be in a study in Hopkins over 10 years ago with the IV ketamine treatment. And I had family problems going on and I couldn't go away for that amount of time. And now it's 10 years later. So I was just approved to go for the nasal and it's working. But I absolutely see your point.
yeah
But
I
Tim,
yeah
you don't have the problem with it being a trigger. God, I hate that word, but
it's all
you
right.
don't have a problem with subs. Do you see what I'm saying? Why
Yeah, no,
would you have a Why
I
would
don't
you
have
have a problem with an IV bag?
I
Is what I'm
don't.
saying.
I'm like hell
Right.
yeah.
I
Let's put
think
this in
I
any
think
Right.
where Tim's going with this
Yeah.
is maybe someone like me who and I'll share something what I learned in AA is the physical allergy part. And I realize that I have a major physical allergy to alcohol and drugs. And so when I ingest ketamine or even, any drug really, the phenomena of craving kicks in immediately. And so
Right.
that's what I would maybe wonder, someone like me, would, my physical allergy react? But, it seems to have worked for a lot of people.
But it
And
doesn't,
so
Karen.
that
She
It
has
doesn't want you to go out and party afterwards.
no.
it's more of a
Both
dopamine.
have addictive
It's,
personality. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm from addicts. My dad was an addict. My mother's an addict. I'm addicts. Whatever. But
let me tell you how that would look for me. I'd know the appointment was coming. I'm driving down to the appointment. I got dopamine flowing, just like
yeah.
I was going to buy drugs or something. I don't think it would be good for me. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, my inner
Because
drug
we're
addict
drug addicts,
says,
Tim.
yeah, my inner drug addict says, go put an IV in your arm and go get
right.
high. But
Yeah.
it's not. You're not using it's. So
Yeah.
I'm not even sure I qualify, but like for me, my personal thing, and I have to hold myself accountable. If I went down that road and I could, and I was thinking about it, it would be for the wrong reasons. My mood is somewhat stable. I take a few medications. I'm good. There's no reason to shake things up. Any depression I have right now is situational. It's not clinical. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
That's
if it were
important that you know
That's
the
a good
difference
point.
and
That's a
that you
very good
realize
point.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's important that you know what situational depression is.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. And Tim, I think I'm in the same boat as you, where it's more situational depression,
hmm
and I maybe would use it for the wrong reason, and
yeah,
to us being major drug addicts, where I'd get that dopamine rush even like going there. But for Karen, who has struggled with depression since an early age, that's something that's used as an alternative and that's worked for you, and that's amazing.
Yeah.
yeah.
I
I
understand
love it, but from a distance. I love it from a distance.
about you're talking about therapy.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
point in life I've tried everything, but with the CBT, if
Hmm.
behavior doesn't change, nothing's going to change.
Yeah.
Your mind, the way it works, the muscle memory. If you keep repeating the same behavior, you need to change your mindset.
Yeah.
I really that really sparked an
Do
ignition in
you,
me.
Mm.
Karen, since you have experience with psychologists stuff, because I was monitoring, I always try and stress, and Tim does also, when you're on medicine, you got to talk to somebody.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it may not be the right person. You
Right.
can shop around till you find somebody you're
Yeah.
comfortable with.
Yeah.
And
Listen,
people think that this is who my insurance takes. This is who I'm going to spill my guts to. You can't spill your guts to everybody. You just
Right.
can't.
here, I
It's
wrote
got to
this
be.
down. Wrote this down. People think I went to treatment and they put me on medication and I should be good, right? Medication does not work on its own. It has to be in tandem with group therapy,
It's a big
real therapy. Like you can't.
Talk
There's no.
therapy.
Yeah, whatever. It's just there's no happy pill, and I've been looking
yeah.
for it for years, and it doesn't exist. You know what I mean?
You're
Yeah.
all
So,
right.
so yeah, so it's just we're looking at CBT and like understanding addiction and relapse prevention and all that stuff. This is a totally different medical, and some people need it. I probably if it need it, I just can't have it. And do they send you the squirt bottles like you have it?
No,
Oh,
You
it's
go to the place and do it
okay,
there.
yeah.
yeah. Because I'd be
Okay.
I'd be gone. That'd be gone in a day. Pop, 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 pop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a text that my
Oh,
prescription was
Same.
ready, and I'm like, I said to the doctor, he's like, yeah, I don't think they'd give it to you. I said, I didn't even try.
No, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I did. I recreationally used ketamine once. I was
I
probably
I did too.
yeah. I was probably 20,
Oh.
19 years
I
old.
loved
Eh,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm not.
I'll bet IV is something else. I'll bet that's a blast.
You might have a good time, but
Um,
Gimme.
yeah,
And then,
Yeah. Yeah, Tim, that nasal
and then
spray be
walk home.
going.
oh yeah, I've been using Afrin, like
Yeah,
can't
dude,
breathe,
I love Afrin.
can't breathe, can't sleep.
Ways.
I went into a K hole. It was fine until I hit
Yeah.
the ledge, and then all of a sudden I'm like, I can't move. Somebody help me! Somebody help me! Everything
Yeah.
okay? Help! Help!
I do it at concerts.
Go into a K hole at a concert?
No, I just would use
Oh,
ketamine at
use it.
concerts. Yeah.
Yeah, I was more MDMA at
Well,
concerts.
them jam bands you like. I mean, my God, you could have a whole
Go on a
you
trip.
you could have a whole ride during a 15-minute shakedown street. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Or
Oh my
30
God,
minute
that's it. Yeah, that's
30 minute Dark Star.
Oh my
Yeah.
God! I remember when Jerry died, 94 or something like that. My brother was
95.
yeah, but my brother was in mourning.
Yeah.
But yeah,
A
it's
lot of
funny.
people were.
It depends on what version of the day you're getting. Are you getting their coked up disco thing? Or are you getting their mellow thing where they do 40 minutes of Shakedown Street?
From my point of view, and I hope people that follow our show, we're looking at four in the other three boxes. We're looking at four people in recovery, four sober people that have all done it a different way. We got Tommy, who's done it by the book and by the script and all at once through AA. We have Tim, who, well, you know what? Let's go to Tina because she's the opposite. No AA, no real outside help, no support, no influences, just kind of winged it out of just being tough, Jersey girl. And then let's talk about Tim.
Hey,
He's taken pieces of AA. He's taken pieces of NA. He's taken pieces of not having any family support. We've all heard his family story with his siblings and stuff. So, um, there's three different ways right there. And now let's go into a whole new way that they're discovering. So we got some insight into the ketamine treatment.
Yeah.
So there's four people here that have four distinctly different recovery stories,
no
four
kidding.
distinctly
Yeah.
different recovery stories, and which one is right? It doesn't matter. That's
Yeah.
my point to the audience.
Yeah.
We're
Okay,
all sitting here clear as a bell.
they're
Yeah.
all sitting there clear as a bell. Ketamine, cold turkey to piss off everybody. Buy the book. Put himself in for 6 months. A podcast and a designing technical genius that feels validated through helping others, as
Yeah.
do I.
Yeah.
So where does that put me in? I'll tell you where it puts me, America.
Let's go.
It makes me Diesel the donkey,
There we
and
go.
this is my herd
I can't
of
handle it.
elk.
I can't
This
go
is
right
my
now.
herd of elk right now.
Tommy, do something.
I actually kind of love it.
No, I'm with him. I love it. Those two.
That's awesome.
No, but
So
Mike,
funny.
it's a great point, and however you can do it, more power to you. I mean, one thing I would ask Tina is, what over your almost 8 years, what have been some of your tools that you have used, since you may not, go to meetings,
Okay.
what are some of your tools day to day that you found to have worked and really have kept you sober for 7 long years?
Sure.
Yeah, the gym.
Okay.
Mostly.
Okay, yeah.
Is and music. I love music. But that's pretty much it.
Mr. Snobgrass.
Yeah, like the outside,
You
right?
know what? I'll give you credit because listen, I am a lot like you. Tell me I can't do it, I'm gonna
Yeah.
do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
I've always, yeah, like I just that's a fuel for me. But
Yeah.
being told I can't do something. But yeah, like I love to work out. Like I said, I love concerts. I love animals. I have like
Yeah,
fine.
you do a lot of that rescue stuff too, don't you?
Yes, I get involved in stuff with rescues and
Did
yeah,
you see the piece on the rescued donkey that ran away that we did last week? Did you watch last
yes.
episode?
I,
Right,
I,
well, yeah,
right.
I
I
don't
saw
even know what to say
that.
about that one.
Yes, but pretty much that's what I do. And like I said, and we've been going to a lot of comedy shows. I just try to
Oh, nice.
get out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just get out. I love to, like I said, being outside. Have a pool. You know what I mean? Just like the outdoors, nature. But really, that's it. So I guess my biggest tool would be the gym. Clear my head, kind of.
That's cool. That's good.
That's where
Do you
my
guys want to watch a clip about Bradley Cooper? 2 minutes. Drugs.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't get
Yeah.
to that last
I
time.
realized I had a problem. And with those few words, Bradley Cooper is opening up about his struggle with drugs early in his career. Here's Will Reeve.
Actor Bradley Cooper getting deep about his past struggles with substances and self-esteem on the podcast Smartless, hosted by Will Arnett, Jason Bateman, and Sean Hayes.
I know you're not supposed to cry on the show, sorry. This is pretty emotional. I didn't know Will that well then. And he was like, hey man, do you remember we had dinner the other night? And Will, Arnett telling me, he's like, you were a real And I was like, what? He's like, yeah. And by the way, have your dogs gone out to the bathroom? And I was like, what? No, what time is it? It's 4:00. Oh no, I think they have to go to the bathroom. They're literally standing by the door. And that was like the first time I ever realized I had a problem with drugs and alcohol.
I like to run by myself, okay? Me too. Hey, I like to run alone. Will you stop, okay?
The 47-year-old star of the Hangover franchise, Silver Linings Playbook, A Star is Born, and more, detailing the darkness of his cocaine addiction during his younger years, starting out in Hollywood.
Couldn't get into any clubs, like no girls wanted to really look at me. Like it was like, what? I mean, totally depressed. It wasn't until really Hangover. I was 36 when I did the Hangover. So I got to go through all of those things before fame even played into my existence on a daily level.
So what do you guys get under there? Just a whole bunch of mind your own business.
Cooper crediting fellow actor Arnett for setting him on what he calls the path of deciding to change his life.
It has been awesome seeing you in this place and seeing you comfortable. Nothing has made me happier. It's made me happy to see you so happy with who you are.
Cooper now sober for over 15 years. He's also helped his famous friends get sober, which Brad Pitt thanked him for in 2020.
I got sober because of this guy, and every day has been happier ever since.
Yeah, I love that.
What I love about that is Mel Gibson and who was it? Mel Gibson and
Robert Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jr. Yeah.
There's always other people involved. I don't know. Like it's a family disease. Everybody's affected by it when it rises.
Yeah, I mean, I had help along the way from family friends that I finally was like hands up. I gave them everything that I was going through, and they were like, well, have you thought about outside help? And I was like, no, I haven't. And I was like, all right, let's do it. And I entered detox Friday, October 13th, 2023. And so almost 9 months sober. But yeah, Tim, I had a lot of people rooting for me, and I am blessed though, because I have a great, supportive family who has been there for me. A lot of people don't have that in recovery,
Tommy,
That is not the norm, Tommy.
Are you?
Not the norm.
I think you're aware that you have an advantage people don't have. You have a stepping stone, a springboard. Most people don't have what you have, but that doesn't say you can't f it up and burn it to the ground if you wanted to.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what makes you equal.
Yeah.
But what sets you apart is you have more advantages,
Yeah.
and you're further along. Some people really have to battle for it and go through the grind, and you're able to
Yeah.
kind of float your way through, which is awesome. But you're also aware that, most people don't get this particular opportunity. And the fact that you can burn it to the ground and they can burn it to the ground, you're on the same ground. You know what I mean? So that's what keeps us all attached.
What I've liked about AA for me is really the fellowship,
Hmm.
and I feel Atlanta. Yeah, that Karen and Tina, that's where I'm at. It's a really strong AA community, and there's a lot of great people in the rooms, and that's why a lot of people come back to the meetings is for the fellowship. And so, Tina, I was asking you about tools. Like for me, it's really being a part of that fellowship,
Right.
and being around people that have the same problem, and
Yep.
or looking for the same solution. And so it's been really good. I'm so happy to have you all on here and hear about your experiences.
That's awesome. Yep.
I mean, you're looking at Tina's support right there, and
Hmm.
Yeah.
her sister, obviously, and her nieces. But I mean, them two together have helped each other. Think of like Winnie the Pooh,
My Pooh
like
Bear.
Love Winnie the
like
Pooh.
Tina's Tigger, and
Oh.
and sometimes Karen would be like Eeyore,
Eeyore, yeah.
going to a party. And then we got Charlie Brown above you, and to the other side,
What? To the other side, what?
You cut out.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
man.
Is this for real?
You cut out again.
Hold on a second.
Charlie Brown and
There we
Linus.
go.
You're welcome.
Linus.
Linus,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, Blanky.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I grew up watching. I was thinking the other day, like my kids grew up watching like I don't know, Dora the Explorer, things like that. I
Yeah.
grew up watching Sesame Street, and it was I think that
Barney.
was my era. Barney, yeah. I would that
Tom and
Mr.
Jerry.
Yep, that and Mr. Rogers. My brother would
I
always say,
still watch Mr. Rogers.
yeah, my brother would say he's
Nice.
gay. I'm like, shut up, Jason. You don't know. No,
Right.
Mr.
My
Rogers
dad
is
used
gay.
to tell me that. That guy's a fruit. Get that
Yeah.
off the channel.
Hey,
Now I
talk
get-
about Mr. Rogers.
She
I
loves
still
Mr.
watch
Rogers.
him.
I did too.
He's on
And Captain
Saturday
Kangaroo
mornings,
with the
so
ping pong balls on
fun
the
here.
moose's head.
Popeye.
Popeye, Popeye, sure. Yeah, we had limited Fievel, the mouse from wow, I just showed my age.
What the hell was 5 on?
American Story. The
Oh,
little
yeah,
mouse. American is I don't know, whatever it is. But yeah, that's the shit I grew up watching. No wonder why I'm so fucked up. Like the selection was terrible back then.
I used to watch Tom and Jerry when they used to basically kill each other.
Oh yeah.
Then they became friends, which is bull.
Yeah.
But like, Wile E. Coyote and like that stuff all came out when I was like a teenager. So like I didn't know what I liked.
Yeah, her favorite show is the Brady Bunch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Is that the
Oh
new
yeah.
episode?
Look at Tommy above you on the
That's
screen.
what we're like now. We're like
It's like, yeah.
Yeah, the Brady Bunch.
We're the girl down.
Oh yeah.
Doo-doo-doo-doo.
Tommy, give me a high five. That's fun. That's a good time. We really watched Married with Children. That was our thing.
Yeah.
Al Bundy, Polk Heights,
Yeah.
3 touchdowns in one game.
Marty, yeah.
Oh my God.
He was good in Modern Family.
I know. Awesome.
Yeah.
That whole show's good. All right, let's answer an email before we go.
Yeah.
Wanted to get to this one. It's funny how things work. Tom, you want to do this?
Yeah, so we've got an email from Anonymous, Tequila, Georgia. And it goes, I felt pretty lost last week. I found your podcast through the back of a shirt a guy was wearing at an AA meeting. I now know that was Tim. You guys sacrificed.
Yeah, because I didn't get mine yet.
in the mail. We think
You got more than what you paid for. You're welcome.
you guys sacrifice your anonymity to carry the message. I'm going to enter treatment on July 3rd. What should I expect? I'm down to 2 milligrams of Xanax a day from 12 milligrams. So, I guess my question would be, what kind of treatment, but what you should expect. It depends on the type of treatment you're going to, but I don't know. I think the answer really depends on, where he's going. If it's inpatient, it's going to be tough. I mean, it sounds like you're already detoxed. So you don't need to get, or maybe he does need detox.
Oh, he absolutely does.
Because because he's down to 2 milligrams. Yeah, so you'll need to go to detox first. Yeah,
this is a clinical thing first. But I love that he reached out. I was wearing my Talkin' Trash shirt. It's got the website on the back, and he's like
awesome.
watching our podcast in the meeting right behind me, like watching on his phone. Like, this guy, is it him? Very
really?
strange. Yeah,
okay.
That's funny.
Did you notice it on his phone?
No, he was sitting behind me. I didn't notice anything. So that's it's funny how that very, very flattering. It's funny how those things go.
Yeah.
You never know.
Tequila, that's where our treatment center was.
I know.
Wow.
He's not anonymous anymore. I know who this guy is now. He came up to me.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Okay. You remember his name.
Yeah. Good. I just, I rarely see like drug websites floating around, so I figured I'd check yours out. So, and it's funny, he says we sacrifice our anonymity. I never even thought about that.
It's a good point, Tim. I hadn't really either.
You know what I mean? And we do. I'm
on in recovery and people saw my ass crack.
Well, yeah. I got to meet with the network about that later in the week.
Right.
FCC.
You may not be getting a shirt, Mike.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, my God. All right, everyone. I love you all. This is great. Ladies, thank you for joining us. You guys are great. Boys, I'll talk to you in a little bit.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Girls,
See y'all later.
Girls, I'll see you.
Bye-bye.